Hey everyone, it's Presley ActOutGames.com here, and today is the 10th day of Bookmas.
Yep.
So Cooper, I went first last time, so you go first this time.
Okay.
Okay. Getting rather confusing. I forgot to say who this was recommended by. Can I have the wrapping paper, please? This was recommended by, we're going to need to piece this together like a puzzle. rjsushi recommended this one to Cooper. And this one is Miss Piggle-Wiggle. Oh, I remember this book. I used to really like this book. I don't know what it was about, but I remember I used to love this book. So I'm very excited for Cooper to be able to read this because I remember I really love these. My turn. This one was recommended by CrazyStalkerPerson. That's who this one was recommended by. That's who that was recommended by, I know this. And this book is called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which is by Mark Haddon. Let's see what the back is about. Christopher John Francis Boone knows all the countries of the world and their capitals and every prime number up to 7,057. He relates well to animals, but he has no understanding of human emotions. He cannot stand to be touched, and he detests the color yellow. This is the improbable story of Christopher's quest to investigate the suspicious death of a neighborhood dog, makes for one of the most captivating, unusual, and widely heralded novels in recent years. So this definitely sounds very interesting. This gets a 10 out of 10 rating. This gets a 10 out of 10 dog died rating. It says on the back that the dog dies. So, yeah, the dog dies in this book. Spoilers. But yeah, it definitely sounds very interesting. I love mystery novels because I like not knowing what happens, and I like feeling really smart when I figure out what happened before the twist happens. But yeah, this one definitely sounds very interesting. Cooper, do you want to read the first chapter of this book?
Yes.
Miss Piggle-Wiggle by Betty MacDonald. Miss Piggle-Wiggle. Hold on, let me figure out how to turn the page in this book. There we go. Miss Piggle-Wiggle. Okay. 1. Miss Piggle-Wiggle herself. I expect I might as well begin by telling you all about Miss Piggle-Wiggle, so whenever I mention her name, which I do very often in this book, you will not interrupt and ask, who is Miss Piggle-Wiggle? What does she look like? How big is she? How old is she? What color is her hair? Is her hair long? Does she wear high heels? Does she have any children? Is there a Miss Piggle-Wiggle? Miss Piggle-Wiggle lives here in our town. She is very small and has a hump on her back. When children ask about the hump, she says, oh, that's a big lump of magic. Sometimes it turns me into a witch, other times into a dwarf or a fairy, and on special occasions it makes me into a queen. The children are all very envious of the hump because, besides being magic, it is a very convenient fastening place for wings. Miss Piggle-Wiggle has brown sparkly eyes and brown hair which she keeps very long, almost to her knees, so children can comb it. She usually wears it on top of her head in a knot, unless someone has been combing it, and then she has braids, or longer curls, or long hair just hanging, with a jeweled crown or flowers on top. One day I saw her digging in her garden wearing the jeweled crown, with her hair billowing down her back. She waved gaily and said, I promised Betsy is one of her children's friends, that I would not touch his hair until she came home from school. And she went on with her digging. Miss Piggle-Wiggle's skin is a goldy brown, and she has a warm, spicy sugar cookie smell that is comforting to children who are sad about something. Her clothes are all brown and never look crisp and pressed because they are used for dress-up. She wears felt hats which children poke and twist into witches' and pirates' hats, and she does not mind at all. Sunday morning she takes one of the hats off from the closet shelf, gives it a few thumps, folds it formally down, fore and aft, and wears it to church. She wears very high heels all the time, and is glad to let the little girls borrow her shoes. Miss Piggle-Wiggle has no family at all. She says that her husband, Mr. Piggle-Wiggle, was a pirate, and after he had buried all of his treasure in the backyard, he died. She just has herself and Wag, her dog, and Lightfoot, her cat. The most remarkable thing about Miss Piggle-Wiggle is her house, which is upside down. It is a little brown house, and sitting there in its tangly garden looks like a small brown puppy lying on the back with its feet in the air. Miss Piggle-Wiggle says that when she was a little girl, she used to lie in bed and gaze up at the ceiling and wonder what it would be like if her house was upside down. And so when she grew up and built her own house, she had it built upside down just to see. The bathroom and the kitchen and the staircase are right side up. They are more convenient that way. You can easily see that you could not cook on an upside-down stove, or wash dishes in an upside-down sink, or walk up upside-down stairs. In the living room of her house is a large chandelier, and instead of being on the ceiling, it is on the floor. Of course, it really is on the ceiling, but the ceiling is the floor, and so it is on the floor. And the children turn the lights on, and then squat around it pretending it's a campfire. Miss Piggle-Wiggle says that her chandelier is the only one in town which is put to any real use. Her bedrooms all have slidey boards in them, because if you look up at your attic ceiling, you will see that slanty ceiling, when turned upside down, makes a fine slidey board. Also, the wall lights are very close to the floor, and handy for all the small children. For all the first 5 or 10 years after the house was built, Miss Piggle-Wiggle climbed in and out of her rooms over the high doorways, but now she has little steps, which are just the thing to practice jumping. She gives the children chalk so they can mark on the rug how far they can jump. Nobody knows how old Miss Piggle-Wiggle is. She says she doesn't know herself. She says, "What difference does it make how old I am when I shall never grow any bigger?" Miss Piggle-Wiggle's dog, Wag, has puppies every once in a while, and so she keeps a long list of names of children who want them on the blackboard in her kitchen. For Lightfoot the cat's kittens, she has a long waiting list on the blackboard in the dining room. Miss Piggle-Wiggle's backyard is full of big holes where small boys dig for Miss Piggle-Wiggle's buried treasure, and her front yard is full of flowers which the little girls pick, jam into vases, and place about her living room or carry to her teachers. Every child in town is a friend of Miss Piggle-Wiggle's, but she knows very few of their parents. She says grown-ups make her nervous. For the first year after she built her house, Miss Piggle-Wiggle lived there all by herself, except for Wag and Lightfoot, and she was very lonely. And that is all I'm going to read because this is starting to get a little long. But yeah, this is starting to get very long. But I remember really loving this book when I was really little, and I'm pretty sure I love the cat and dog just because I love animals. But yeah, I remember really loving this book. Cooper, have you liked it so far?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure to press that subscribe button as well as press the little bell notification on all your devices. I was just notified. So that includes mobile devices as well as your computers. And make sure to press that subscribe button as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye!